Picture this. You step into a sleek chrome machine in Silicon Valley, set the dial to 70 years ago, and land right in the middle of post-war Brooklyn. You find a young man, your grandfather, before he even meets your grandmother. And then, for some chaotic reason, you pull the trigger. Now, here's the brain breaker. If he dies, your father is never born. If your father isn't born, you don't exist. But if you don't exist, then who traveled back in time to pull that trigger? Welcome to the grandfather paradox, the ultimate logical middle finger to the laws of physics. To understand why this makes physicists lose sleep from MIT to NASA, we have to look at causality. Think of it as the ironclad law of the universe. Every effect must have a cause. It's like a domino effect. If you don't push the first tile, the last one doesn't fall. But time travel creates a closed time-like curve. It's a loop where the future writes the past and the past creates the future. By trying to delete your grandfather, you're trying to keep the result while erasing the formula. You aren't just committing a crime, you're committing temporal suicide. You're trying to hit the delete key on your own existence from the universe's hard drive. But guess what? The universe doesn't have a trash can. The legendary Stephen Hawking was so convinced this was impossible that he hosted a party for time travelers in 2009. He put out champagne and appetizers, but he didn't send the invites until after the party was over. Spoiler alert, no one showed up. Hawking proposed the chronology protection conjecture. He argued that the laws of physics essentially conspire to keep the universe safe for historians. Imagine a wormhole as a speaker and a microphone. If you get them too close, you get that ear-piercing screech. That's feedback. Similarly, radiation would loop through a time machine so fast it would likely blow up the entrance before a human could even blink. The universe treats a time traveler like a virus, using the laws of thermodynamics to incinerate the threat before a paradox can even start. But let's say your machine actually works. You're in 1950, you take aim, and click, the gun jams. You try again, and you slip on a puddle. This is the Novikov self-consistency principle. Physicist Igor Novikov argued that you cannot change the past because you were already part of it. Maybe the man you shot wasn't your grandfather at all. Or worse, maybe your attempt to kill him is the very reason he ends up in the hospital where he meets your grandmother, the nursing student. In this version, your free will is a total illusion. You're just an actor following a script that was finished billions of years ago. You came to change history, but you only ended up fulfilling it.
Then there's the theory Marvel loves, the multiverse. According to the many worlds interpretation, every time you make a choice, the universe splits. When you pull that trigger, you aren't killing your grandfather in your timeline, you're just creating timeline B. In timeline A, everything is normal, but in timeline B, you are a temporal orphan. You have no SSN, no birth certificate, and no home to go back to. You've successfully fixed history, but you've exiled yourself to a world where you're a ghost. You can never go home because for you, home doesn't exist anymore. Even if you don't kill anyone, just being there is dangerous. Ever heard of the butterfly effect? A butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, and a month later there's a tornado in Texas. Now imagine a 160-pound American from 2026 breathing 1950s air. Every microscopic germ you carry is a bioweapon to people whose immune systems haven't seen your modern-day bacteria. You could sneeze in a diner and accidentally wipe out the human race. Or maybe you have a 5-minute chat with a stranger, causing them to miss a bus, so they never meet their spouse, and suddenly the person who was supposed to invent the iPhone is never born. The past isn't a museum, it's a delicate web. Touch one string and the whole thing vibrates. At the end of the day, the grandfather paradox points to a deep truth. Information is sacred. If the past is fluid, then the present is a lie. If a bored teenager with a time machine 1,000 years from now could delete your entire life on a whim, nothing would matter. The paradox exists as a warning. The universe protects its data. We are the winners of a 1 billion to 1 cosmic lottery. Every ancestor who survived a war, every couple that met on a rainy day in NYC, every tiny choice led to you. So here is the real question. If you had the keys to a time machine, would you really risk your entire existence to fix one mistake? Or would you realize that the most powerful form of time travel isn't going back to 1950, but moving forward into tomorrow, where the script hasn't been written yet? Drop a comment below. Is the universe a rigid diamond or a branching tree? And hey, subscribe before someone travels back and deletes this channel.